Oregon playing at Ohio State.
Ooh.
That's also a rematch from 2 years ago. They didn't play last year, but 2 years ago they split the series. Oregon won a nail biter in the regular season, and then of course made the college football playoff. Ohio State blasts them out of the water in the Rose Bowl, and the rest is history. But so it's a rematch from that. It's a little bit later in the season. Um, Ohio State does play Indiana and USC, and the USC game is on the road before going into this game. So, like I said earlier, Ohio State's got a gauntlet of a schedule. I mean, you got Texas, you got Indiana, you got USC, and then you play Oregon. I mean, that if they make it through that,
Mm.
I mean, that's one of the best teams of all time. So,
Hmm.
I think one of the biggest reasons, I mean, besides it being two, Oregon's got a lot of players coming back. You got a quarterback, on the potential for a Heisman, and coming off a great year. Dan Lanning's an awesome coach. I think that's one of those games where I think Oregon's probably going to be fine going into that. But if they do slip up once and then slip up to Ohio State, that could be a kind of a kick you out game. But I think Ohio State, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have two losses going into this game with the gauntlet of the schedule they have. So this game, I would imagine they're going to be a two-loss team going into this, and this is one of those games where you got to win. And and so I just think it's going to be a pivotal matchup. Oregon does play USC in September, and then they do have Michigan the week after Ohio State. So, good thing about the Big Ten this year is that the schedules are great. At the past couple of years, the front heavy teams have kind of had an easy schedule. I don't know if that was done on accident or whatnot, but they do all play each other this year. So some of these teams are going to get knocked out. So that is one thing. Do you have anything about this matchup, Oregon Ohio State?
Yeah, it's very intriguing to me. I still feel like I don't know how you feel, but I feel like Oregon, they're always in the hunt. They have great teams. Like I said, Dan Lanning is an amazing coach. Would have loved to have him at Bama. He was a great coach at Bama when he's there. He's got all the money with Phil Knight. Like I said, so they have the resources, they got the team. I feel like they're always on the cusp, right? They're right below really making a deep run, right? And it's obviously not for money, it's not for talent, not for coaching. And I really would like to see them take that next step. I've always been kind of a semi Oregon fan. I like to watch them from afar or whatever until they play the SEC, and then I want to get them smashed. But I like them. I like what they do. I like their style of play and their offense and their toughness. And I really would like to see them get a really good win against Ohio State, to be honest. I don't think they'll do it this year. I'll just be honest from what I'm seeing from Ohio State and what they have and all that. But I really would like to see Oregon. Deep down, I'm kind of rooting for Oregon. I'd really like to see them make a big move, and kind of like, hey, we're here. Like, hey, we can make a run. I'd like to see that from them because I don't know in the playoff era if we've really ever seen a team, except for one of the first 2 or 3 years that the playoffs first started, they did make a run and they got to play Ohio State and they got busted in the national championship in like 2016, the 2016 national championship, or 2015 going into 16.
Yeah.
So I really would like to see them make a run. I really would like to see them take that next step forward and everything. And that's always something I'm kind of rooting for. So yeah, I'm kind of rooting for them to see them do that. I don't think they'll do it this year, in all honesty. But like I said, you have a good sack on Julian Sayin, and the whole complexity of the game changes, and who knows?
Yeah, and again, Oregon's one of those teams with 14 starters coming back, 8 on defense, 6 on offense, multiple receivers coming back, and then Dante Moore. So I mean, they've got a
Mm-hmm.
good chance to have a good year. I think they will probably be a playoff team. I think they've got some winnable games in there, but 10-2 or better is kind of what I'm thinking as of now.
For
Uh,
sure.
but let's wrap it up on this segment. What is your third game that you had on the list for us?
Yeah,